and
That's gonna be on the video. You do realize that. Okay.
he's cool. BFM 89.9, good morning. I'm Melisa, Idris.
I'm Nadia, Hassan.
And we're sitting in for Sharad Kutan. It is the last day that Sharad is away.
He's finally finished teaching children how to knit while building a soup kitchen in the hills of India.
So we thought we'd give you a double shot before he came back. We're going to do the headlines today, so welcome to the morning headlines. Today it seems to be the same story in all the papers, the theme of price hikes and dealing with the rising cost of living. The Star's front cover, we've got rooting out the causes. Now, I'm wondering, is this like a wordplay on kangkong or some other root? You know, I don't know.
Well, in the wake of Kangkong Gate, definitely everybody's looking for the puns at the moment.
I may be too hypersensitive about this.
Okay, but basically the point is the cabinet's looking at the root cause of price increases, which I find a little bit funny because isn't it because GST is coming up?
Exactly.
And that's a government thing. But anyways, the reason why they're pointing it out is because I think some people are arbitrarily raising their prices without any kind of guidance, simply willy-nilly, and these are the guys that they're going to go after. But also the fact is the story also talks about how establishing a committee, yet another one, to root into the causes as to how to help the rakyat in their time and ease their burden.
I like the use of the word root. And anyway, so I'm just wondering, is this going to add yet another bureaucratic level to our already many-layered bureaucracy?
And in fact, who polices the police? Who watches the watchmen?
And how do you determine what a suitable or reasonable price increase is? So what they're going to do is they are going to turun padang.
Go back to the fields, basically, essentially.
So the ministers are going to go down to the ground and they are going to find out, talk to industry players, actually get a feel of the ground and see what is a good price increase. Right?
Well, the talking about government acts on price hikes, this is really interesting for the simple reason that it's not new. We've actually had a lot of this even when I was doing the video. We talked a lot about all these price hikes, and I don't know why people are treating it like something new. Is it because finally there's enough dissension that people actually, that they feel that they actually need to address it? But again, who is behind the price hikes?
Yep. Again, on all the front covers, Utusan's got Tangani Kos Hidup as well on the front page. And my favourite one, I have to say, is NST. They've got this one. Listen to the people.
Do you hear the people sing if you watch Les Miserables?
But this can be like a contest, right? Punctuate this sentence. It could be listen to the people or listen to the people. How would you read it, Nadia?
Listen to the people. Do you hear them sing?
Okay. Next one is Malay Mail. They've bucked the trend. They've gone another direction and they went with this front cover.
Parents seize the schools. Essentially, these are parents who didn't like the fact that their schools were being moved, actually stormed and took over the school and illegally connected water and electricity because they didn't want to send their kids to another school. Now, this is an interesting topic because it's one of those where it's very power to the people. They actually went in, took over the school like some vigilante movie and decided, that's where their kids should be. However, some will question whether it's definitely criminal, but some will question whether, now that we actually can do this, we actually have a voice.
Is this the right platform to do it? I mean, break into a school and then reconnect the electricity. What's wrong with the new school? Why can't you just relocate to the new school? Apparently, the new school has better facilities, has better classrooms and teaching space and a bigger canteen. Are you not setting a bad example to your children by breaking into shut down buildings and illegally connecting utilities?
But the thing is, we don't know whether or not they were consulted before the move or whether this was simply willy-nilly. And then there was this talk that simply put the bus prices were too expensive and that put another burden on these parents. On one hand, it's great that you have this voice and you have this right to go and say what you want to do. It's illegal, granted, but it's better than keeping quiet.
Although I do have to say, yeah, you could be exercising your civic right, but at the end of the day, is it in the best interest of the children? Because these kids missed 2 weeks of school in a better school with better facilities.
But at least they learn that you actually can have a voice. So finishing up on the last one, I always like to finish with Harian Metro because the headlines are great. Angkara Lembaga Hitam, 2 sekolah kena hysteria. You gotta love this, you can't make this up.
My favorite on Harian Metro, I have to say, is this one. This photo was on the front covers of almost all the papers, so it's on NST as well. This photo, this is 5 rescued in a tower. But my favorite here on Harian Metro, if you can see, it says, lambai dari tingkat 30. They're not
very
waving to
poetic.
say goodbye. They're actually screaming for help. So I don't know what this is. It reminds me of that Stevie Smith poem, Not Waving But Drowning. They're not waving.
It sounds almost poetic,
they
doesn't
need
it?
help.
That they're like saying bye-bye and hello. But
Okay.
yes, you gotta
So-
love Harian Metro for those headlines.
We're going to lambai from tingkat 5.
Yes,
right?
that's how we're going for it.
So we won't be back, but Sharad will, and he will be bringing you the headlines. So from us, happy Taipusam, and thank you for joining us in the past week.
Have a good long weekend, everybody.
Bye.